everybody, and welcome back here at Adobe Live. I'm super excited to be here with you, and most importantly, I'm super excited to be here with you, Courtney. Welcome here.
Hello. Good to be with you again, Claudia. Great to see you all again. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody, to being here with us at Adobe Live to experience a brand new stream with Creative Cloud Express. We're going to make some wonderful graphics and focus on social media with the help of Courtney. So make sure to stay tuned both on YouTube and Behance. And if you haven't had the chance to create and make these wonderful assets with Adobe Creative Cloud Express, make sure to subscribe on the wonderful brand new channel that is on YouTube that is focuses only on Creative Cloud Express. You will find so many inspirational videos and also so many tutorials and hows to, and also the replay of the past week, because we already spent a few days together celebrating all this beautiful art and also Black History Month together. I absolutely learned so much every single time that I've been here with you, Courtney. So I'm super excited to jump in on that we're going to be working and learning together today.
Excellent. Yes, let's jump right in. So for anyone who hasn't joined us all week, my name is Courtney Thomas. I'm an actress and I also do social media management and consulting. I'm also an Adobe Creative Cloud Express brand ambassador. So I'm super excited to be here today to show you all some really cool ways that I use Adobe Creative Cloud Express. So let's hop right in. As you can see, I am here in my desktop and I want to work today to show you guys, we've been talking about Black history past, present, and now I want to talk about the future. There is another creative that I would like to highlight today. Her name is Zoran Villanueva. She is a brilliant actress. Here's her Instagram, Zur Inspired. If you're on Instagram, go ahead, hit that follow button. You know what to do. And she's a dear friend of mine. We studied at Howard University together. She was a musical theater major. I was an acting major. So we had plenty of overlap. And now we're out here in the world together. She is the first Black plastic on Broadway in the production of Mean Girls. If anyone is a Mean Girls fan, as I am, if you love that movie, you know this is a huge deal. But in addition to that amazing credit, she has also played Nala on Broadway in The Lion King. She was also seen off Broadway playing Dion in Clueless. And she has a bunch of new projects coming out that I would love you all to follow her and keep up with. But I wanted to highlight today how she has these Instagram story highlight covers on her page. Now, something that we do as artists is we'll barter, we'll trade for our work. So she's a brilliant Broadway singer. So whenever I need a little vocal coaching for an audition or something, I'll hit her up and say, hey, do you have an hour? And in exchange for that hour for her valuable time, I'll do some social media consulting for her. So she's
real collaboration going on.
Yes, we complement each other so well. So it's just, these are one of the ways. There's so much value in this product. And I hope that that's ultimately what's landing, is that it's worth this type of trade. So I want to show you all how I made these Instagram story highlight covers for my friend and star and future Black history maker and present Black history maker, honestly, Zoran Villanueva. So let's hop right in. I'm gonna head to, now here's the final product I'll show you all here, but let me show you how we got there. So she sent me this photo of her. Here she is with her lion head as Nala. So let's back on out so we can get to this point. Let's go home.
And I'm just gonna give a shout out real quick for those of you and for all the wonderful people here in the chat that haven't maybe joined Creative Cloud Express. You can access it on your desktop and with any browser of your choice by heading in express.adobe.com. You can see it there on Courtney desktop there, but also on your phone, and it's free for you to download and to browse it. So let's see how it works.
So great. So I've gone ahead and started our template out, Instagram story size. For Instagram highlight covers, actually, I don't think you actually need to start with it being Instagram story size, but it's a good habit to get into for consistency. The colors we picked out ourselves. I'll show you a cool trick. I'm not even going to try to guess what exact color it was. Or I hit don't save. Never hit don't save. Hit save, people, at all times. But I'm just going to go and grab this hex code. So as you can see, I'm going to tap on the background, select the color, and the hex code pops up right here. If I wanted to grab any other color on this palette, it would also just do like that for me here. I'm using the border. You would copy and paste. I'm going to hit the undo button in case, you experiment with your designs like that. So let's go back into projects. open up our Instagram story size, and I'm going to make the background that color by selecting here. And I'm just going to hit copy paste. And here we are, starting out great. Next thing, we're going to upload her photo. Zurin V. Nala.
So you also get access to all these beautiful photos directly from the shows.
Oh, you know what? That was the highlight cover. Here's the actual, oh no, it's the actual highlight cover. Let me start with a different photo of Zurin because I don't think I have the Nala one here. So you'll be able to see just how I did that. So let's do, here's her headshot.
Fantastic.
There's girl.
In the meantime, while you bring up the photo, I just want to say hi to everybody that is here in the chat. I can see that Cody said, and my husband and I saw the Lion King on Broadway a few years ago. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. I hope you were able to see Zurin in it. So the next thing I'm going to do to get that Instagram story highlight cover shape, that nice circle, we're going to hit the crop and shape button, and you have all these shapes available to you. And I'm going to select the circle. I mean, I love her. I would normally choose the heart. Look at that. But let's do the circle because it matches the shape that we're going for here. So here we are. And of course, you can edit the way that that image lands in the circle. As you can see, you can drag here. You can increase the size of the circle, which again, you can do that once it's also on Instagram. So that looks great. I love that for us. Beautiful, beautiful. You don't have to get too particular about the sizing of the circle, as I mentioned, because you're going to be able to resize it in the Instagram app. So just make sure it's clear, make sure it's centered. Excellent. And then I like to do this is my own personal aesthetic. We're going to go into icons, and I like to add a border of a circle around the actual image. I think something about it just makes it cleaner for me. It gives you another chance to establish your aesthetic. So let's just type in circle.
And it just goes very well with the whole Instagram way of creating assets. So not only it looks appropriate for the graphic and is beautiful in terms of what you say, enhancing the image, and draws attention to it, but it really feels like it's appropriate for the platform as well.
Exactly. It's one of those things that when people visit your page, they're automatically going to see that you've really set and you've really been intentional with your Instagram page. So it's one of those things that, why aren't the icon moving? It's one of those things that I think can actually get you a lot of followers because you're establishing your aesthetic. Here we are. So now let's move.
And you don't need to be a designer. You don't need to be like a pro. You don't need to be a pro to design like a pro with that.
You really don't.
Express.
And that was it. That was how simple it was. I made these Instagram story covers for her. You hit the download button. As I mentioned before, you can download it as a PNG or a JPEG. Don't do transparent PNG for this particular project. I wouldn't recommend it. And download it, and then you just upload it onto Instagram. And you do it via your phone typically for Instagram story highlight covers. Wasn't that fast?
That's super, super fast. And that's always quickly and easily to make these assets. And also if you are on your phone, you can publish it right away from the Creative Cloud Express app. Yes. You'll be able right away to publish all your content. It actually gives you a choice either to publish it as a story, as a post. It's so super useful and fast to use.
Super
can we see
cool.
We can see it in action there as well.
We can see it live. Yeah. So she was able, and she wanted to highlight specifically all of the different talents that she has. She can sing, she can dance, she can style. She's been in all of these different shows. So this is just her portfolio version. And we just created a portfolio cover using Creative Cloud Express. So I had a feeling this was going to go so fast. So I created a second graphic that we can play with today. So right now, Zurin has a play that is streaming online. It's a retelling of Richard III, and they placed it in high school. So they called it Teenage Dick. So I went ahead and I made a graphic, and I asked her if I could shout her out today. And she said, of course, and I told her I was doing Instagram story covers, but I didn't tell her that I was making this graphic for her because she is setting out on an online campaign right now through February 20. I'm going to double check these dates. February 3rd through February 27th. Here it is. If you all are theater fans and you can't make it out, I highly recommend going to see this show. I went to go see it. I have never laughed and cried so much in my life. These people, these actors, this creative team, brilliant. So I personally want to do whatever I can to get the word out. So I started making this graphic, and I want to show you all a cool trick that I learned to create this border around this image. And also cool ways that you can make these little sticker effects happen and give, like a locker high school feel for your design. So I'm going to
so
back
fun
out.
and so energetic with the colors and with the cutout.
Exactly. And I'm actually drawing inspiration from their marketing. So I can't even take full credit for, the inspiration. It's just nice that that Creative Cloud Express has all of the complementary assets that I can add so that I can add to this campaign. So the first thing I did was I removed the background on this photo. I'll show you the original and we'll back out again and show you that process. We've done a lot of removing of backgrounds this week, and I don't find that to be a coincidence at all.
So useful and allows you to really create bespoke content ready for whatever user project.
So fast. So we're going to add the photo again. And I believe this was the photo that I used. As you can see here, she is with the actor that plays Richard. And they're dancing. Oh, this scene, I'm telling you guys, this is the one that got me. And that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to hit the remove background button. Great. And as you can see, we still end up with the other actor, and he is so fantastic. So I feel awful doing this, but I'm going to erase him for the purpose of this particular project. Hold on.
And I love that you're showing this, because the remove background not only allows you to remove the background, but you can also mask out any part of the content that you are not looking to use. So this example that you're showing, Courtney, is absolutely perfect.
Perfect. So here he goes. Brilliant, brilliant actor. He is the star of the show. Hi, guys.
Sorry,
we're going to see you again. We're going to see you again live. It's all good. It's all good. I met him. He's a fantastic human as well. All right, there he goes. So we're done. And of course, remember, if there's anything that you want to bring back, you can also restore, but I'm happy with where we are.
And it's so quick how they disappear.
Great. And it's if we had a little more time, obviously I'm going to clean up all of these little edges, but I have done that in another design. So as you can see here, I always like to start with a photo. I always love to start with a photo that has negative space and action happening, because that is going to tell me where I can fit my design elements into. So this is where I was heading, but here's the coolest trick, you guys. Here is the coolest trick. I love a graphic that has a good outline around the image. And I was always trying to figure out how to do it. And I finally figured it out via Creative Cloud Express. And I'm going to show you all right here, right now. So a white background is less forgiving than a black background. So we're going to start there. I'm going to move here. We can go even darker if we need to.
Those are pro tips, everybody. Make sure to take notes while this is happening.
There you go. Now it looks a little bit cleaner. I'm probably going to end up erasing again this little portion where you can still see my dude's hand. I'm sorry. We're going to erase, and I'm going to make this a little smaller.
And in the meantime, while you fine tune, I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I can see Sean, Christina. I didn't give a really big shout out because I was so excited to jump into today's project because we were chatting behind the scene. But Annika, Kieran, Sean, Cody, thank you so much for being here with us, and everybody watching on Behance and YouTube. Welcome during this wonderful stream here using Creative Cloud Express. So what's happening here?
Thank you all so much. So now I'm just done cleaning it up. So now I've selected it. And if anything can't have the color change to it, I invite you all to add a filter. Isn't that so beautiful? Already, so I'm like, I kind of want the design to just be that, but we're going to keep it moving so I can show you all how to make this look like an outline. So let's go back in, come to me, filter. And these are all of the colors that you can change it to. And I'm going to change it to white. I'm going to use Julia's color quick. The palette's right there for my use. Look at that. So now I have the outline for the shape that is exactly Zur and Villanueva in that moment, right? Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm minimizing it so I can get the full outline. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
So cool.
That's a design in and of itself. Now I'm going to hit the download PNG, and now we are going to download it transparently because I'm going to bring this design into another design. So we're done with this guy.
By downloading transparently, we usually lose the background, correct?
Yes, we will lose the background. It's not going to, it looks black right now as you're seeing it, but it will appear transparent. And sometimes you'll get this little guy. You gotta give him a chance.
And you can load as well, because the beauty is that everything gets saved, because when working online, we're working here on your browser, everything gets saved as you go. So we can see that Courtney just opened a new tab and everything is working in the
everything's working,
saving as you go.
Everything's fine. So I'm going to hop into the moved forward. I was playing with this earlier, so I've gone ahead and done this for us, but I'll show you. I went back into the design. You know what, actually, here, we don't need to fast forward that much. I can actually do it, and then I'll show you how it looks.
Yeah, we have about 10 minutes. So I think we're done.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit more time. I'm like, I want to show you guys everything in that time. Great. So that's the image that we started with. Go back to photos, upload the photo, and I'll show you just with the one that we just created. Look at that. And if you don't believe me that it's not black, that background, I'll show you really quickly. If I change the background to white, it disappears. I'm going to change it back to black. It reappeared.
Perfect. Thank you for showing us the superpowers.
I've been waiting to do this trick. So I'm so happy to share it with you all. So what I did notice with this trick, let's see. So I'm going to line it up here, right? And what I'm going to do is change the order. Here are all of our layers. I'm going to drag it so it goes to the bottom. That looks great already. I do want the outline to come out on the right side of her design as well. So what I'm going to do is select this later. I'm going to duplicate it. And as you can see, it's already placing itself. It's very intelligent design. I love all of, you see the grid lines that are popping up. Great, great, great. And sometimes it'll pop things into a place that I didn't ask it to. And that's where the nudge button is our friend. So let me make sure I have the correct one highlighted. And I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard to do this, but the nudge feature is available also on your phones. If you go to adjust, and if I believe it's all more to the right side, you can hit the nudge button and just use the arrow keys that'll be provided for you to just move things just that little bit that you want, like that.
That's so useful. So it really allows you to place it wherever you intended, and it's just so intuitive.
Exactly. And I'm such a perfectionist that I would recommend if things aren't aligning the way that you necessarily want them to, like I would like to see a little more outline here above her hair. I would like to see a little more outline here. What you can do is using that restore background or erase background option, you can start to trim your outline where it's, going into places where you don't want it to. That's when you can start to take more control over your design that way. So again, this is the process by which I created an outline, and now we'll jump forward so I can show you where we landed.
It's like one of those magic show where they create a cake and they put just like the butter in the oven, and then 1 second the full cake
That's
comes
exactly
out.
how cooking shows do it. You're like, how we just chopped and then now, and that's exactly
It's
what
done.
we're doing. So
it's beautiful.
We are having a little bit of a slowdown. This will happen sometimes. We must have patience with technology, as we like to call
internet.
it. And the internet, exactly. And with ourselves. I think that's ultimately the message
everything
I'd
gets
like.
saved. I love that little cloud on top of the document, because it makes me feel so reassured every time we're at work. It just says saved. I'm like, all right.
Saved. I want
I'm saved.
I'll take 30 copies of a project in case my biggest fear is losing work, especially creative work. So here's where I landed with the outline design. I have the name of the production here. I'm actually going to defer to the team and Zurin for the font here. If anyone knows the name of this font, please shout it out. I'm not a great font matcher. So I'm going to do a placeholder for right now.
The one that comes to mind is not exactly the same, but I don't know if we have Din available. I'm not sure.
We can find out. How do you spell it?
DIN. So has got a similar shape and feel to it. It's not exactly the same, but it's probably the closest one that I will match.
more fonts. I was like, wait, we don't have it. We have all the fonts, you guys.
Ooh, wow. We have so much to choose from.
There's so many
I don't know
fonts.
if you can type inside it, where it says the name.
Like this might be closer than what we're working with right now. I thought you could. That plus button was actually if you want to add fonts that you have downloaded from your computer, which is a really cool, useful trick that you all should know about as well. But if you have time, you can scroll through all of these fonts. And I love how they give you a preview here, so you don't have to keep clicking back and forth to see what it'll look like with your text.
So exciting. I love that feature.
I love it too. I really, really love it. And you can add more Adobe fonts. Like these are not, there's so many fonts here. It's crazy for me to tell you, like, this is not all. This is not all. There are thousands upon thousands. Actually, I kind of like this one. You can't, you know what? This is my process with fonts. This is what I go through, and I'm not going to put you guys
try.
I know, but then it's like the Cinderella glass slipper. When you find the font that you inexplicably it fits. So I encourage you all to keep searching. But as I mentioned, I'm happy with the placeholder. I'm just going to pick a new one.
And in the meantime, we're just like exploring different fonts together. So we really get the chance to.
Like I want to do like an old English style because of Shakespeare. So
that makes sense. And as I said, there is never a wrong or right. It's all about finding reasons behind the choices that we make in our creations.
Yeah. And it's about understanding what you're probably communicating with your font, because there are some that have very specific messaging behind them. So I'm just going to go with Comic Sans. Oh God, that's hilarious. I know someone out there is enraged that I just picked that, and I understand.
Clever just say it 4 hours later, still browsing fonts. Hey, that's the way I do it already as well.
Wait, 4 hours later, landing on Comic Sans. Like, yeah.
We're not going to do that. I promise.
Right. And I found this when I was choosing a font or when I was wanting to add some text, a great option showed up here. They give you so many pre-made options that the work has truly been done for you. So I found this one under the social tag here, and I thought it would be really nice for a call out like this. So I have it. Here it is. It said new post. So I added it, and then I was able to edit the text to say now streaming. And again, this is going to go on Instagram, right? So I'm very aware in my design of where this is going to land. So with that mindfulness, I'm actually not going to add a ton of text. I'm going to put the most basic information that people that are scrolling and I have about 2.5 seconds if I'm lucky, if they'll capture any of my information and act on it. So we're going to keep it very original. So it's February 3rd through the 27th. And these are all the cool elements that I went ahead and added. And these are all from design assets. I want to put them in a library together for you all. I really do.
Ooh.
But they're all here. And I love how they're categorized by different groupings. For our purposes, we're going to head into the illustration section because the design inspiration here is locker, high school, scribbling, fun, energetic. So I've been typing in elements, and I'll show you some of the, I'm getting this inspiration from some of the marketing.
Courtney, sorry to interrupt you, but we got just like less than 2 minutes or about.
You see how quickly this time goes? So let me just show you very quickly. I typed in under design assets, illustration, rainbow, because what teenage girl doesn't like rainbows?
Hey, I'm not a teenager anymore, but I still love them. I think I got one on my
shirt.
Too,
right? I asked my niece, she's 3 years old. I asked her what her favorite color was. She said, rainbow. I said, Aww. Yes, I heard that. Me too. And so here we are. Here's our rainbow. You can change the size of it. You can rotate it, and you can also get rid of it. I'm going to hit the delete button right there, adding different elements. And I feel very happy with design. I'm going to text it over to my girl, Zurin, and see if she wants to use it at all, or if there's anything else that we can add to it. But don't hit transparent for this one. We're doing a solid PNG or JPEG.
And I think we're ready to go because unfortunately the time is clicking on us.
I'm ready to go. I'm done with my design. I love it. And we made, again, 2 assets. So this is how quickly the magic of Creative Cloud Express happens.
I'm so thankful for you showing us so much. It's absolutely amazing. I feel we learned really a ton of things by being here with you, Courtney. I'm super thankful of this time that we have together. And for everybody that is watching on Behance, don't forget to stay tuned because there is a full day filled with creativity here at Adobe Live. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, or otherwise just head on the YouTube channel for Creative Cloud Express and you will find all the beautiful replays here with the videos with Courtney Thomas and so much more inspirational content with Adobe Creative Cloud Express. Courtney, an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. Thank you so much, everybody, to being here, and have a wonderful day here with Adobe Live and Creative Cloud Express.
Yay, thank you so much. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you all. Have a great day. Happy Black History Month.
Yes.